Located in the heart of West Africa, Niger is a Sahelian country largely dependent on climatic hazards. This landlocked country, affected by climate change, agriculture constitutes one of the main activities of the population, which are 80% rural. In several regions of the country, women, who represent more than 50% of the population, cultivate millet and other agricultural products on marginal lands which are little or not at all fertile, requiring heavy applications of fertilizers. Even if access to organic manure by women is not a constraint, the quantity produced cannot be enough to cover the fields.
One or two goats cannot produce enough manure for all fields.
In addition to the insufficiency of the manure collected by the women, its transportation to the field constitutes a blockage because they are satisfied only with the small quantity transported, often on the head, covering only small areas of land. Let's listen to women from the village of Gadi Iya explaining how they transport manure to their fields.
I don't have a car and the money to pay for transport. I take a small quantity on my head.
In addition to these problems of organic manure, we must also note the access and cost of mineral fertilizers, which constitutes another blockage element, reducing the yields of women's fields in Niger.
The woman here in the village does not have the financial means to buy fertilizer, which means that the field do not exceed 1 or 2 bunches.
To help women deal with fertilization problem, the Fuma Federation initiated the Women's Field Productivity Project in Niger, financed by the McWright Foundation. A visionary project which develops, among other options, low-cost fertilization, highlighting the natural fertilizers available in the village and accessible to all producers, particularly women. This option consists of collecting human urine, storing it, transporting it, and applying it with a very precise dosage to millet plants. In this video, we will discover how human urine is used as plant fertilizer. Let's first see the position of human urine in the society.
Here, almost every person, their grandfather has a field on the edge of the village, and they produce crops and eat the product on the field where there was urine, commonly called OGA, and even the grandfather of OGA, which is human excreta, and there is no problem. So this fertilization option is not bad, seen at all our places. Today, all the women in the village have seen the result of OGA as a fertilizer, and they have all opted to use it on their field. There is a clear difference between crops to which OGA was applied and those that did not or receive OGA. I apply OGA and I am satisfied, and there are no problems. People are urinating on the field around the village without knowing they are adding fertilizer. We leave our fields without fertilizer because we do not know that we have fertilizer within our reach in our home. Since that time, I have sensibilized women to no longer throw away OGA, to keep it and apply it on the field.
For producers, handling and fertilizing plants with urine is not a taboo for the community, which was explained by religious leaders. If we refer to the Islamic religion, plants fertilized by defilement, their fruits are halal. Urine does not infect farm products. Once the urine touches your clothing or your body, once you wash it, the impurity is removed, and the plant only uses the minerals that are in the urine.
Wato shabkar da aka shayar da ita zar'un hatsi ne ko ko dawa ce. Awul baqalu.
Any plant which is nourished by human urine, its fruits are pure. Please refer to Ishmawi.
Idan aka diba cikin Ishmawi sharhin shi za a samu wannan bayani.
Finally, as previously noted, the handling and fertilization of plants with OGA is not a taboo for the community and the favorable opinion of religious people. Let's listen to a human health specialist on the consumption of millet fertilized with OGA.
Lorsqu'on utilise des urines comme fertilisant pour les plantes, en fait, la plante utilise.
When human urine is used as a fertilizer for plants, plants use the mineral salts in the urine to grow. In fact, it is not the urine that the plants consume, but rather the mineral salts present in the urine. This is no way affect human health. Consuming the plants or the fruits of these plants does not in any way affect human health. We can draw a parallel with the manure that are traditionally used. It is the waste of animals and possibly human beings. When you take the fields which are around the villages, practically the people throw their wastes, and these fields give the best yields. Nowhere the consumption of the products from these plants has caused any particular health problem.
Et en tout cas, nulle part la consommation des produits issus de ces plantes n'a posé un problème de santé particulier.
So as associated culturally, socially, religiously, and without danger to human health, let's see how women collect OGA. Place a small collection container in the toilet. Once full, pour back into a big container and close the container. Once the big container is filled, depending on the means available to the producer, it is transported either on the head or on a cart to the field. Tie a tissue around your nose because of the pungent smell of OGA. Pour OGA into a small container. Use the measuring cup, which can be a 20-gram can of tomatoes. The small handle or any other equivalent material, apply a dose around each millet plant. For hygiene reasons, wash your hands with soap after handling OGA. Once applied the millet plants, the OGA has a positive effect on them, to the great satisfaction of the women producers. To achieve this result, it is necessary to respect a certain number of principles, namely the dose and the period of application.
Pour la fertilisation des plantes avec l'urine,
for fertilizing plants with OGA, we recommend the dose of 0.2 liters per pocket and in 2 applications. The first application after thinning and the second application at the start of the rise. To have this dose of 0.2 liters, the producers use the small 20-gram can of tomatoes for 1 dose. After the millet harvest, a preparation and testing session for the paste and ball made from millet was organized at Garin Labu so that the women, men, and children of the village could evaluate the quality of the food. After the testing, the farmers evaluated the color and taste of the ball and the fertilizer with dishes with OGA. It appears from the evaluation that this millet is undoubtedly of better quality.
From the point of view of preparation, we have noticed that the paste and the ball of millet fertilized with OGA is better than millet without OGA. From the point of view of ease of work, cooking time, and the volume of the end product, the millet fertilizer with OGA is also better.
For us men, the difference is noticeable. Recognized fertilizer millet with OGA by its taste and the density of the product, because each time when I want to drink the ball, I have the impression that the volume increases. Furthermore, it must be remembered that human commonly called OGA an effective fertilizer available and accessible to all agricultural producers, easy to collect and transport. Its use as fertilizer is accepted by the culture and religion of Nigerian communities. In addition, this represents a real opportunity for women producers who want to have a good crops yield.